Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another episode. Thank you for coming to want to listen to me talk some more. I just want to say thank you to a lot of the love and support that I gained from like the past week with the last two episodes with the movie going to the movies by yourself episode, and as well reflecting on 1 year of therapy episode. I've been gaining a little bit of traction. I'm finally getting there. But it's awesome that I'm finally getting a little bit of feedback and a little bit of a community growth. Um, I've been getting comments saying thank you for saying this. I needed to hear this or see this today because I've been so overwhelmed. And so the fact that somebody who's a stranger somewhere in this world saw it and felt connected to what I was saying or my experience and is a good feeling, because not only does that make me feel good about what I'm doing and where this is going, it also just makes me feel as well more seen and heard, as much as you guys feel seen and heard by it. And yeah, so I just wanted to appreciate the growth that I have. I know, like, right now in the beginning stages of the podcast, I'm really just doing the podcast for future listeners and future watchers, because and that's okay, because overall I genuinely just love doing this. And I've always said that you should be doing what you love, and that's what I'm really doing right now, and I'm really happy about that. So I just wanted to give out my appreciation before I start today. It's this week has been like the first week where I really felt like it was spring. Like, I feel like it's been like a really rough start. The first month of spring was a lot of darkness, a really cloudiness, really, and not a lot of warm temperature, or like it wasn't really rising as much. And I was still kind of going through things in my mind, like there were like some dark thoughts, and I was just being really hard on myself and what I was doing with life, and not really appreciating me as a whole, and appreciating all the blessings that I have in my life. Um, so yeah, let's just get started. Go outside and breathe. Life can get overwhelming with all of its worries, whether it's worrying about your own looks, or remembering to pay your next upcoming bill, or wishing you had the life of others while you're doom scrolling on TikTok, or even getting into an argument with someone who you care about and it feeling like the whole world is gonna end. Just take a moment to go outside and just breathe, and let the overwhelming feeling just pass so you can handle whatever problem properly. Whatever situation or whatever feeling will always pass. To be clear, I don't mean something traumatic happens and then you just ignore it and pretending like it never happened. When you do that, it's only procrastinating what you're supposed to actually be feeling. Let it happen and let whatever feeling in. Once you do that, as more time goes on, it will pass. I promise. It finally feels like spring. This past week was the first week where it genuinely felt like spring. The birds are chirping, the sun is out with a nice breeze, nature is starting to look more beautiful, people's smiles are getting bigger. Prior to this week, it was extremely cold. A lot of stressing and a lot of people just miserable. Thankfully, that's one of the best things about spring. It helps people transition out of their seasonal depression and dark thoughts to embracing life and hopeful ideas. For me, I definitely would say that I entered this weird funk throughout the past couple of months. I was trying a new endeavor, taking acting classes, understanding myself even more, and dealing with all of life's tasks being thrown at me. I just was constantly grinding for my future self and my future career that I aspire to have. As most people, when they're trying to do that, they kind of lose the sense and importance of being present. When you're constantly hustling and grinding, there are hours of constant fatigue, endless nights of being stressed, and constant focus on improvement and growth. But when you feel like you've been doing so much and there hasn't been much improvement or growth, sometimes you can get in your head about it. It reminds me now that we are in better weather, that I can go outside and just breathe. It reminds me that I should take time on being present and enjoy all of life's blessings. Throughout the past couple of months, I felt like this overwhelming loneliness, and I'm not talking about the physical loneliness. I'm talking about the loneliness in your 20s when you're trying to figure yourself out and you're on your own journey. But no one else is on a similar journey to you, and because of that, no one kind of understands what you're going through, or at least that's what it feels like. When I say that, I don't want to discredit and not acknowledge all the support that I've gotten from family and friends to support me endlessly. We all have similarities when we're in our 20s about the constant grind and worry about our future. When it comes to individually, though, all of our journeys are very unique, and mine is a bit more in the untraditional sense. I'm pursuing a career in the entertainment industry as an actor. While I'm doing that, I'm working on growing my podcast. A lot of people think that it's just a hobby, but in reality, I want to make it into a career. I know that I have the capability of doing it. I know in the future that I'll succeed if I keep pushing myself. But there's no direct setup to being successful in either department of the entertainment industry that I'm trying to go for. I recently have been feeling this loneliness, but because of that, I know the reward will be even more satisfying. No matter how many times I get frustrated, stressed out, or even angry because something didn't work out the way that I wanted it to, I know that when I finally do achieve the goal, all of it will be worth it. Small improvements and small rewards are still wins. I consistently caught myself drowning in anxiety, and then I just step outside, take a moment to take in the world, and it all just washes away. I know that it'll be okay. I know no one truly understands the journey that I'm on, but the important ones know that and still support me anyways. Life will always get to a point where it's overwhelming. Life will always get to a point where something gets really intense. Life will not always go your way. Life will always get to a point where it feels like the world is ending. But most importantly, life will always continue and time will not stop. While you're worrying about the future, remember to take time and appreciate the present. Being present makes you the most stable, and that's what sets you up best for your future. Once you are so focused on what you want to happen, you're going to let so much time pass where you haven't even been enjoying life. Being present gives you the stability to truly understand what's going to happen next. Being present gives you stability to handle things properly. Being present will always be better than trying to be in the future or thinking of the past. All right, I know that's like a shorter diary entry or essay or whatever you want to call it than I typically do. But it was definitely the thing that's been on my mind this week because I feel like things just have gone a little bit better and improved a little bit better. And once that I'm finally here, I just like remembered all the times where I was like stressing out, and it was just like a long period of being in a weird funk that I just didn't really appreciate and value all the things around me, and I was just so focused on working on the things that will get me to like the next point and reaching me to my next goals. And I think that's like pretty normal when you're hustling and grinding so hard for the goals that you really want, that you're not being present and you're not really taking in and valuing and appreciating the blessings that you already have. For me, I just want to always remember that there is so much good around me, even when it doesn't feel like it's around me. I feel like I get in my head a lot and I just overthink like crazy, and it's just like this never ending just battle with myself because I'm always looking to improve and grow, you know? And I feel like a lot of the times when you're in your 20s, people don't understand that you don't always have to be growing. You don't always have to be seeking to fix a problem. Sometimes when people don't feel like themselves, or when people don't feel like they are constantly on the up and up, they can sometimes not realize that actually might be a good thing. Because ultimately, I think a lot of people's goal in life to be relaxed and at peace. And I think at peace is probably the one that everyone wants to achieve at some point, because when you are near the end of your life in your golden years, you are going to really want to be happy with what you've done. And I guess in the sense that it's not everybody who doesn't want to constantly be doing that, constantly be growing, constantly fix problems, because there are plenty of people who do that, and when they get to their golden years, they do get to be at peace with their life and be happy and content. And I think that sometimes you kind of just lose that when you're not being present. And I think when you're in your 20s, like I think that's an important thing to learn, because I feel like people learn that in their 30s. I have a couple of friends who are above the age of 30, and I've learned that that's what they learned in their 30s. Like it's they are learning that they want to be at peace, at least, because they're trying to value the present, because they're realizing when they were in their 20s, they were doing so much of worrying and so much constant like thinking about their future, and sometimes they like lost themselves where they weren't really appreciating the present and the value that life was offering them at that time. And I don't know, like I said, the weather has gotten better, so I think life has just gotten better for um at least the people around me. I think that's pretty normal to, like, the sun is out longer. I went on a hike today, and I went by myself, and it was around a 2 hour hike. And it was just so calming and relaxing, and I'm so excited because now, like, this is probably like one day off in the past 10 days. And now I'm going out with my friends later. So, yeah, I don't know. I think that, like, I'm finally getting out of the funk that I was in, and I'm finally, really appreciating some of the things that I've been not appreciating in the past couple of months, or neglecting in the past couple of months, at least. And I just wanted to share that with you guys. I hope that you guys are feeling better while the weather's getting warmer. Summer's coming around. I know school is getting out soon for college and high school kids. I know there's more activities that happen over the summer. People are like trying to do more, and live life to the fullest during the summer. But hopefully, like, while you are living life to the summer, you don't feel like when September hits, you have to go back to, okay, now I have to constantly be grinding and working, I don't know if I'm saying that correctly. I feel like I'm not. But what I'm trying to say is, like, when you feel like you're getting into that funk again of just being upset with little improvements, or being impatient because you haven't gotten the instant gratification yet with whatever goals that you are trying to achieve, that it doesn't have to go away as soon as summer goes away, as soon as, like, the warmer months go away. You can always be present, and you can always go outside and start breathing and taking in everything and realizing that you're alive now and you can feel now, so you can be stable for your future self. Also, in the month of May, it's Mother's Day, so I obviously will be talking about that next week, and I hope that you guys listen. All right. So thank you for listening. Like I said before, thank you guys so much for the support that I've been receiving, and I hope that you felt seen, or you've gotten some clarity, or you've gotten some advice from me, and you feel seen, because when you guys feel seen, it also makes me feel kind of seen, because you guys are understanding what I'm trying to say. Thank you for the constant listeners that I have, aka my good friends. I appreciate you guys endlessly, and I'll see you guys next week.